early stages of the pandemic, so people are losing their minds, people are terrified, and now they have these two random guys that have come up from the south and pitched up on the side of the
Africans.
highway. Yeah, two African dudes pitched up on the side of the highway and are now boating in with a canoe and a 2.5 horsepower outboard, like fishing trolling motor, downriver. And then they start seeing us bringing in generators, and then a full fleet of power tools, and then wood, and then it just starts progressively getting crazier and crazier.
All the neighbors think we're crazy, and they're not wrong.
A guy who lived on a farm across the road sees what's going on here, has his mind blown, and he decides to come and find out what we're doing.
And then we decided to tell him, hey, look, we just purchased a property upriver from here, and we were trying to figure out a way to kind of access it.
So we're at the neighbors across the street from the river, and this is his property. He's just showing us around. It's absolutely gorgeous. His name is Pascal. Hey. Very friendly, awesome people. He said we can camp here next time if we want, if we don't want to camp across the street. So that's another awesome hookup.
Mr. Pascal was absolutely amazing. He asked us if we would like to get off the side of the road and come camp in his backyard. Allowed us to use his ATV, his boat launch, free wood, gave us lots of intel and information.
Incredible hospitality, even offered us some food and drinks. He even gave us a place to store some of our equipment. Just everything you can possibly ask for and more.
Just basically opened his entire heart to us. We couldn't have done any of this without him. We gotta give him a big, big shout out. So shout out to you, Pascal. You are the true MVP of this adventure.
We didn't prepare our campsite first the way you're supposed to before we started socializing and enjoying everything. We just quickly threw this over top of the tent.
It didn't close the fly.
Left our boots underneath here, didn't close the fly, so everything just was covered in water.
This river, as we found out, is extremely deep. There's no like gradual beach and like you wading in 2 feet off the shore and then it just drops 10 feet down. Very strange river. Then we hacked about, 100 meters into the interior of the property and found a perfect clearing. There was a natural, it's called a beaver run. So beavers drag the trees down into the water and it creates obviously an indentation.
Over time, the more you traverse it, the more muddy it got, the worse it got. Slapping different pieces of wood, pallets, anything we could do just to make it functional in the immediate, always with a plan to obviously upgrade it, come up with a more permanent solution.
So here we go, another fresh load. This time we're going real heavy, we've got gravel. Do some soil stabilization. That's from Pascal's gravel pit in the back. Every single thing on this site was boated in. We went through absolute hell. Cracked canoes. One guy dropped his outboard motor right off the back of his canoe, sank, never saw again. Went diving for it, could never find it. We would spend days at a time, just trips back and forth, running materials.
Pascal just gave us a bunch of posts and a barrel and a few other things to build a proper dock / barge. But before we do that, we're gonna grab some firewood here. Hold up, whoa!
Here we are, floating down the river with a bunch of patio stones.
Hey. Driving in the back, Mr. Ken on the dock for the first time. Ken made a little rudder out of the oar. But we got all the last bit of material we need for the roof.
And we started this entire process with a 2.5 horse Suzuki outboard engine. We did a majority of our hauling with that tiny little thing. So I have 5 motors still sitting somewhere in the shop. My advice to you is if you're gonna be getting on the water and hauling material, get a reliable motor, stop messing around.
Okay, babe, keep going.
So I got some cucumbers here that I brought from home, and they fortunately got too frozen, so they're useless. They're all soggy and like rubbery. So I found another use for them. This one's called skipping cukes. Check this out. Oh yeah. There's not a whole lot of footage that shows the progress of the actual construction portion of these cabins. Our friend Rory decided to take a trip to the United States. He decided to take the camera with him. Unfortunately, I didn't remove the card, which had all the footage from that phase of the builds on it. He took it with him and we never saw it again. Now the story is that it was left inside a glove compartment of a rental car that he used. He tried to retrieve it, called the rental company, and no one got back to him. So if you're out there and you've located this footage, please send it to us. It's a very important part of this story, and it'd be really amazing if we could ever retrieve that. did get our roof up, but not the official one, so technically we didn't fail our mission. Operation Raise the Roof was still a success in my mind. We got the sheathing up, and now we just gotta put the tie back on, and we can put it in here now. We don't have to worry about anything getting wet. It's all dried in for now.
What did we get done today? Man, we just moved serious amounts of material again.
2x8s,
Yeah.
plywood.
Plywood, windows, massive propane tank, and coup d'etat, a wood burning stove that's gonna heat the cabin. It weighs about 400,000 pounds.
Hopefully by the end of the week, we're gonna be heating that place with some firewood.
Hey, Bori! Bori,
Come on,
what kind of gun is that?
That's chaos, baby.
It's 2 a.m. and it's pouring with rain, and we just realized the boat isn't covered, and neither is half the camp. The tent is getting soaking wet on that side. All in all, the boots are just soaking wet. All the clothes are soaking wet outside. Just so much fun. I love it. We'll just deal with the consequences tomorrow.
Lesson, always ignore whatever the forecast says and prepare as if it's gonna rain.
So we got 4 hours to finish a few things here, getting everything kind of prepared and dried and protected until we get here next. Getting on the water, heading back to the shore. Ruben's fast asleep. It's been hard to work with us. Rory man's hiding under the blanket there. Yes. He went hardcore yesterday.
Still can't believe this. Water tastes amazing too. That's just sand, that's it. Other than that, it's super clean. All right, Ruben, tell them what we just did.
We just cooked the kettle on rocket stove.
Right, we got the water boiling.
Yep.
We worked hard, we built it, we kept trying, didn't give up. There you go, you hear it whistling.
I woke up one day and decided that the outhouse needed to be painted, and it had to be painted red because that was the only exterior paint we already owned.
And that's a serious red.
Yes.
That's a firehouse red.
We're going bright red here. I'm not a painting expert. What's Mommy doing?
Oh, she's painting the doors red.
Yes, she is. That's a good job you're doing there.
Seth!
Yeah?
He's determined to step in that. He wants to do
I
it so
know.
badly. Oh, look out, man. You're gonna, oh.
Seth!
This is wet paint. I mean, yeah, you kind
You
of...
just stuck your booty in it.
Yeah, I think that shirt's become a painting shirt already.
I think we've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still got a ways to go, but it's pretty good for like, what, 6 months?
Yeah, it's been great. Got a shooting range, got a path for another cabin, and a few other ones there. Outhouse upgrades. We're gonna put the roof on this weekend and the wood burning stove.
Hopefully we'll try and get out here in the winter at least once.
Yeah, try and figure out our access for the winter situation and a few other things. That's basically it.